All right, all right, all right. Sick. So yeah, no sound, right? Yeah. I forgot to unmute myself. That's pretty cool. So I was just sitting here rambling saying, I got Loke here in the chat. He's part of the channel. And this fool ain't hit the like button yet. How are you part of this channel and you've yet to hit the like button yet? Come on, Loke. I'm talking to you because you helped me run this channel. What are you doing? But anyways, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Oh, man. The lady is over in another state working right now. I am home with the kiddo. She is away from school today because they don't go to school on Wednesdays because she's still in preschool. But what's up to everybody in the chat? I see you guys popping through. Sour Blow was the first brother up in here today. So shout out to you, brother. And then we also got Loke popping up in the chat. That's the brother that helps me run this channel on Tuesdays and Fridays. He's here and down to get with the stuffs. I'm gonna try to refrain from cursing so far. But anyways, I see you as well. Nathan Martin. In fact, you, Nathan, are the reason I got unmuted because I seen muted on there and I was like, son of a B. So, and then I fixed it and started yelling at Loke. So it's fantastic now. We're doing good. 3-bit, I see you in there. I see you. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping through. AJH, Go Po. Let's go on ahead and get into the news for the week. So as you see, I finished Hi-Fi Rush. I'm not sure if it actually showed towards the end or whatnot, but really love that game. It was a fantastic experience. But as you see right here, I've been also playing Atomic Heart, and that game should really be called Atomic Stress because I've never been so dang stressed out while playing or actually, I take that back. I've been stressed out playing a game several times, but I tell you what, I've rarely been this stressed before in playing a game. And I mean, this game keeps you on edge. It visually looks good, but man, them robots don't mess around. And as you see, bro just tried to give me a swirly. He tried to, let me run that back. Bro tried to give me a swirly. Look at that. The disrespect of this sucker right here pretending to be dead. Who pretends to be dead in a shitter? Apparently this dude does. And he tried to give me a fucking swirly, bruh. That was in a pretty uncomfortable part of that game. But I tell you what, if you play the game, you'll realize grandma flexing at the beginning. But I'm not gonna spoil that for you because it's really funny. Anyways, getting into today's news. Thank you so much for everybody for coming again. And I see you, Matt and Stanley Francois. What's cracking? But yeah, as for the news, I have some stuff to talk about. I'm not sure if you read the headline about the Sony event coming, so you know about screw it. I'm not going to re-talk about the title. It's there. You can read it. But we're going to go on ahead and get into the news that I wanted to talk about today. So first one being from GameSpot.com by Luis Joshua Gutierrez says PS5 players can now play Gran Turismo in VR. And I tell you what, I'm on the fence about getting the new PlayStation VR headset. It looks really cool. I have this Oculus right here. It doesn't like to appear. Yeah, whatever. But anyways, I have this Oculus right here, and I only use it every once in a while. And the reason I'm kind of on the fence about getting the PlayStation VR 2 is because I'm scared that it'll only be used for Gran Turismo, and I'll never play it with anything else. The Oculus, I bought Beat Saber, got super hot, got a few other games and whatnot, but I only really play it to play Flight Sim every once in a while. So I'm on the edge about grabbing that VR headset, and I've also been kind of weighing it out against the AM Neo because that thing looks absolutely bonkers. But anyways, let's get into this news. So it says Polyphony Digital has announced that new content will be coming to Gran Turismo 7 as part of the 1.29 update. The latest update introduces VR mode for PlayStation players, new modes, new drivable cars, and more. Thanks to a PlayStation blog, we know that the PlayStation 5 players who own a PSVR 2 can access a new area called the VR showroom from their garage or other in-game car dealerships. With the PlayStation VR 2, players can see the car or the HDR tone mapping and use new eye tracking features that renders areas on the screen that they are looking at. In addition to that, PSVR 2 will also support dynamic 3D audio for more immersive experiences. I'm not really sure if sitting here watching this video really does you any justice. I mean, dude's looking forward and driving. I mean, it's kind of a boring way to kind of look at this. I'm really excited for 108 Dragons TV. He's gonna be doing an unboxing for the PlayStation VR 2, so I'm gonna be watching that closely, and it's gonna be kind of special the way he does it. So if you follow him at all, definitely get ready to check that out. He's gonna kind of step outside the box compared to the way everybody's been kind of showing this. I think it's been kind of boring. Oh yeah, it's really nice, and you sit there and you're playing it. Yeah, we want to hear more about this thing and how it works and everything like that. I watched I watched somebody tear down and read the subtitles because it was in Japanese. It was all right. But it didn't really tell me anything that I needed to know. It's a bunch of technical shit. But cursed already. Great. Anyways, the update will also introduce Sophie Race Together limited time mode that'll be available for PlayStation 5 users. This mode will be available from February 21st to the end of March. And in it, players will race against the GT Sophie in series of 4 circuits. Players can also race against the GT Sophie in a 1v1 mode. Great. Where there'll be driving against AI and other GT Sophie. I don't know what the hell a GT Sophie really is, and I honestly don't care. Anyways, moving forward, in addition to the new mode, the Grand Valley returns to the series with an update look. Highway 1 will be a course with high-speed sections with tight corners, and there'll also be a 2,000 meters south layout that'll have even harsher environments. Interesting. I like to hear that they're going to be putting some more environments in a certain area or whatnot, but whatever. 5 new cars will be introduced alongside the update. Players will be able to drive the following cars: Honda. I don't care. I just don't. Lastly, drift stage and move the camera up and down have been added to the features section. Support for drift photos also been introduced in a tutorial guide on drift photos. So that's kind of interesting. Drifting, that's always fun. Let me go on ahead and go to the chat real quick because we're done with this one. I don't really care to talk about this anymore. Let's see what are you guys saying up in here. So so Matt just says, what's up, folks? Dorian Gray says, I'll stick with my index. Okay, I'm not sure. Gotti in Hogwarts for me so far. It says 3-bit. Starfield might take it, but we'll see. Hey, that's interesting right there. It's more interesting than the article I just read. Let's see. Dorian Gray says Hogwarts maybe one of the best games this year, but no way in hell that's even getting up. You're tripping, Dorian Gray. Have you I'll just wait it out. Let's see. I think if it doesn't end up at the Game Awards, that's insane. There must have been some wild games that came out. I could tell you what, Atomic Heart ain't going over Hogwarts. Forspoken ain't going over Hogwarts. So far, Hogwarts is in the lead right now. I mean, the next game might be Hi-Fi Rush. And to me, that's wild. I mean, Hi-Fi Rush is a fantastic game, but if it ends up getting nominated as Game of the Year, I think a lot of other companies have failed, including Xbox. If Hi-Fi Rush gets in front of Redfall or in front of Starfield or something like that, it's just like, wow. I understand Hi-Fi Rush is dope, but that's not what you were banking on. So, my opinion. But anyways, let's see. Sour Blow says, do you have a curse jar? Okay, so he's talking about Hogwarts. All right, so I think that's enough. Punty, what's cracking? Thanks for coming through. But anyways, let's go on ahead and get to the next article of the show. This is going to be kind of short show today. I actually have company coming in today from my hometown to come kick it. And he decided to just drive up here without calling me and letting me know that he was on his way. I knew he's coming today, but I didn't know he was on his way. A few people that are in the party chats with me every night know that Justin, he's a guy. He's something. But anyways, big news for the week, and one of the main headlines of the title today was the PlayStation State of Play is back this week with Suicide Squad and a new PS VR 2 games. All right, so tomorrow, if you don't know, is going to be the State of Play, and that's going to be something interesting to watch. But I do know there's going to be like 15 minutes of like Suicide Squad. But let me go on ahead and get into the article so you can hear the details from Darren Bonthias, or I don't know how to freaking announce his name, but I'm trying to give him some credit from GameSpot. So Sony has announced a new State of Play live stream, which will broadcast on February 23rd, starting at 1 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern. And this new edition of the PlayStation show will run for 15 minutes and will reveal some PlayStation VR 2 games. Okay, so the whole event is 15 minutes. Okay, so set to arrive later this year in upcoming titles from third-party partners. The main event for the first State of Play first State of Play for 2023 will be a new look at Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. Sony says. By the way, who out here is actually excited for the Suicide Squad? Because I've heard like zero hype for this game. I don't mean, hey, I'd like to play this game. I mean, hyped. Like, let's go. I'm gonna play Suicide. I haven't met anybody that does yet. But anyways, PlayStation VR 2 games will set to arrive later this year in upcoming titles from third-party partners. The main event for the State of Play for 2023 will be a new look at Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Sony says the new gameplay details and update on the Rocksteady development game will be shown off, providing an in-depth look at what fans can expect from the title. Cool. So then you can see some stuff. They're just kind of talking. I'd like to see the gameplay, but I don't know if they're really going to show. Yeah, it's just cutscenes, so whatever. Maybe we'll see some gameplay tomorrow. All right. But anyways, only a handful of details on the game have been revealed so far, including it being the final performance of the late Kevin Conroy as Batman, which that's pretty cool. Yeah, if you guys don't remember, he passed away, I think, late last year. So that wasn't great. But anyways, not to be a downer, but to keep it moving, gameplay has largely been kept under wraps. Several weeks ago, screenshots of Suicide Squad live service elements were leaked online, showing off a battle pass system that is focused on cosmetics and the currency for each anti-hero. So, I mean, yeah, you guys remember not that long ago hearing about the whole battle pass thing, and I mean, we're still kind of wondering how that's going to be used or utilized or whatnot, because I thought this was supposed to be more or less like a co-op game or a single player game. So I don't really, I don't know. Borderlands is that too, so don't know. The game hasn't received any or a concrete release date yet, after it was delayed from 2022 to spring of 2023 due to Rocksteady requiring more time to polish the experience. We've made the difficult decision to delay Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League to spring 2023, former Rocksteady director and co-founder Sefton Hill said at the time, "I know a delay is frustrating, but that time is going to make marketing the best game we can." Or excuse me, not marketing, making the best game that we can. I look forward to bringing the chaos to Metropolis together. So I don't know who's really excited for this game, because I'm currently not. I'm not like super duper, I gotta play this. But I tell you what, it still has room to convince me. So who knows? But let's go to the chat before we go to the next one. Okay. 3-Bits asking what Matt's got. Okay. That's interesting. Dorian Grace is multiplats. All right. 3-Bit. I've only played the intro, but hoping to play more today. What are you talking about? Hogwarts? What are you talking about? Hogwarts or something? All right. But anyways, 3-Bit says, why is Sony bothering with a show for third-party games? I want to see what they got in their pipeline. That's a fact. That's a fact. And right now their pipeline seems to be very VR-centric. Very VR-centric. So it's kind of weird. I'm not sure what to really expect. We know that I think what Sony's really doing is when it comes to first-party games, and this is my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt, but in my opinion, what I think they're really doing is really taking advantage of this year to get out VR, to get out all this other stuff, and really hoping that like a game like Stellar Blade and Spider-Man, which Spider-Man's the real big, that's the big kahuna. I think they're really expecting Spider-Man to really hold down 2023 for them. I could be wrong. They could be launching some other things, but I really think that Stellar Blade, Tekken, or let's just say third party in Spider-Man. That's it. Third party in Spider-Man. Hold down PlayStation for the year until they can get into the next one. So that's where I'm kind of mentally at with that. That's what I kind of think is going on. Let's see. Matt Likes Game says first 2 hours is great, but I really okay. Oh yeah, 3-Bit. You're right. I forgot about The Last of Us multiplayer. So yeah, that could be talked about later this year. I don't think it's going to be coming up at this event. I think we might see like something more about that during the Summer Game Fest again, since they did that last year. I mean, maybe that is too obvious and they don't want to do that, but hey, in my opinion, I think that's what they might do, just to kind of keep people informed instead of throwing information all over the place. But then again, you know, us gamers will go. We'll be wherever they're showing off games, so it really doesn't matter. Good afternoon, Eternal. Is it Shedai? I'm hoping I'm not just chopping that name up. I'm doing my best, bruh. I'm doing my best, but I'm happy you're here. Thank you so much for showing up. But let's go on ahead and go to the next story. So this one's pretty dope. So PlayStation's all covered for the most part, but Microsoft's dropping some four new titles or four more titles into Game Pass. So we got Merge and Blade, Soul Hackers 2, which I hear that's a great game. I've never played any of the Soul Hackers, so maybe bug me in the chat if you think I should play that or stay away from that. Play or run away, I don't know. Wolong, I know I'm gonna be playing that. That game was, it's fantastic, especially if you're playing multiplayer. I was having a good time, and I beat the original demo solo, and then I hopped back in there with my buddy Matt, which he's in the chat right now, Matt Likes Games, and we ran through it together just to see what that multiplayer experience was like in the game. And I tell you what, it's really fun, and it's not like Elden Ring so much in the sense that like you can only call somebody in pretty much like during a boss fight or in the open area, and then you have to recall them back. No, you call them in once, and then they're there. They're there for all, like, everything. So that's really nice with that game. The fighting's really different, kind of a little bit more fast, in my opinion. So I thought the game was fantastic. But then F122 is also coming to EA Play, which in return means it's going into Game Pass Ultimate. If you have Ultimate, you'll be able to play that on console or PC. So those are the 4 games that are coming out. Let's look into it a little bit further. So it says coming to Xbox Game Pass, Wolong, Fallen Dynasty, Soul Hack, yada, yada, yada. I already said all that stuff. So let's look at some of these games real quick. So obviously Atomic Heart's already out. But Merge and Blade, it says experience an addictive fantasy puzzler and a massive auto battler in the world's first puzzle auto battler game. I don't even know what that means. Engage in a large-scale battle with the monster or with monsters with your own squad using merge mechanics. Only your brain can save the world. Okay, I'm probably not going to play that. I'm sorry. Soul Hackers 2. All right, so this is, like I said, this is a game right here. I don't know. I've never played it before. I heard from other people that Soul Hackers 1 was cool, but I'm not going to sit here and hype a game or get excited at all for something I've never played. So let's see what this game's all about. So Soul Hackers 2 is on cloud, console, and PC on the 28th, so next week. Explore a supernatural RPG with stylish summoners and dark danger lurking under cyberpunk Japan. Join Ringo and her companions to solve the mystery behind a imminent apocalypse in Soul Hackers 2. Strengthen the bonds with your teammates and dive deeper into their souls, reliving their last adventures and discovering the truth of their story and yours. Okay, that didn't tell me a whole lot. All right, and then this is a racing game. I'm not going to read that. And then this is a Souls game. All right. And I tell you what, I'll go ahead and read it because I love this game. I'm biased. But anyways, is it Wolong, Fallen Dynasty? That comes out March 3rd, so a little over a week away. It says available day 1 on Game Pass. Let's go. But the demo comes out. It's either today or tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow, but it could be today. But so look out for that demo, because the demo is going to have chapter 1 and chapter 2 in it for you to play, and then your save will cross over to the actual game. I know that because I read that article like 5 times on different podcasts. But anyways, Wolong Fallen Dynasty is a dramatic, action-packed story of a nameless militia soldier fighting for survival in a dark fantasy version of the later Han Dynasty, where demons plague the 3 kingdoms. Players fight off deadly creatures and enemy soldiers using swordplay based on the Chinese martial arts, attempting to overcome the odds by awakening true power from within. The game sounds great, and I'm ready to play. And I tell you what, Matt, if you're too busy playing Atomic Heart, let me know, bro, because I'll play with somebody else. I'm so excited for this game. I'm more excited for this game than I am with Atomic Heart or anything else that's coming out, like within the next, I don't know, like I want to say like within the next month, but we'll talk about that when we get to the games coming out for like the next few weeks or whatnot. But I guess as for updates, Microsoft Flight Sim is getting one, and yada yada yada. So leaving for this on the 28th is Alien Isolation, Crown Trick, Dragon Ball Z Fighters, Far Changing Tides. Far Changing Tides. It's a short game. If you have not played Far Changing Tides, I recommend playing it. It was really fun. Dead serious. It's a side scroller. It seems simple, but it has this kind of majesticness to it. It's really fun. Lightning Returns from Final Fantasy 8 is, or whatever that number is gone. And Madden NFL 21 is getting out of here because Madden 23 came out, and I only think they keep like a couple of years of it. They don't keep like a ton of the different years, which I'd actually like, because if they had the old Maddens, and I mean the old Maddens, like with the Vic on the cover, like 07 and some stuff like that, I'd be playing Madden. I would be playing Madden if they had those old games. I really would, because yo. I played this game last night, man. I played this game last night. I know y'all looking at that price like y'all tripping, but bro, I didn't pay that price. I work at the game store. I actually got this game for free. Believe it or not, I got this game for free. Boss gave it to me because they took it out the system. I don't know why the hell they took it out of the system, but we had 2 copies. I had to bring one back into the system to sell to a customer. And I was like, yo, boss, I'm planning on buying this. Can I put it in a drawer and get it a little bit later? Cause that price is looking a little steep. And he was like, you can get, and they already told me I can get 30% off of any game in there. But then I was like, yo, bro, this isn't even in the system. And he's like, yo, just take it. You can have it. You can have this. Whoa. I'm saying. I tell you what, though, when I got it free, it didn't feel as great as it does when you usually buy something. But hey, I tell you what, I saved $100. I'm cool with that. All right, so and Octopath Traveler is leaving as well, which is wild because Octopath Traveler 2 is coming out, or it came out, or whatever. I don't remember exactly. Oh yeah, I think it already. I don't know. I don't remember. We'll see in a little bit, or somebody can remind me in the chat if it's came out or not yet. But that game is pretty much, yeah, it's not coming to Xbox. It's going out everywhere else but Xbox. All right, so anyways, let's go on ahead into the next news, which is some big stuff for Microsoft as a company. They are, so right here, just to give the credit to where credit is due, Evan Campbell from GameSpot says, Microsoft commits to bring Xbox game, including Call of Duty, to GeForce Now. And this is kind of a 2-in-1 kind of article. All right, so just hang tight with me. Let's power through it. So after a close hearing with the European Commission, Microsoft has announced a new agreement with NVIDIA. A 10-year deal will see first-party Xbox games that are playable on PC, like Minecraft, arriving on GeForce Now. And if Activision Blizzard acquired acquisition passes, that would mean titles like Call of Duty franchises will be arriving on the streaming service too. Game industry biz Christopher Dring first highlighted the notable pact on Twitter while covering Microsoft media briefing today or yesterday for the website. Microsoft President Brad Smith reports believe that that this deal with NVIDIA, along with a 10-year deal Call of Duty partnership with Nintendo, which we'll get into that here in a little bit, will help get their Activision Blizzard acquisition approved by various government regulators. So as you see right here, Brad Smith at Microsoft has announced a new deal, blah, 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 blah. So anyways, let's continue. Let's fight our way through this. So Xbox remains committed to giving people more choice and finding ways to expand on how people play, said Microsoft head honcho Phil Spencer in a press conference. This partnership will help grow NVIDIA's catalog of titles, including games like Call of Duty, while giving developers more ways to offer streaming games. We are excited to offer gamers more ways to play the games they love, which this is wild. This is wild. But anyways, Microsoft also reportedly offered a 10-year Call of Duty deal to Sony to keep the FPS franchise on PlayStation platforms, but the two companies appear to be close. Don't appear to be close to agreeing on those terms. In addition to European regulators, Microsoft is also facing resistance from the U.S. government, Federal Trade Commission. No settlement talks regarding Activision have taken place as of last month. Microsoft unveils its plans to purchase Activision back in January 2022 for nearly $70 billion. If the acquisition actually goes through, it will be the biggest gaming acquisition in history and the biggest acquisition Microsoft has ever made. Nuts. But if we just continue to scroll a little further down, you got the next one. Microsoft signs a 10-year deal to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo platforms. So that's wild that these two are smashed together like this. But let's go on ahead and knock this one out as well. This one is done by Darren Bothius or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce his damn name. But anyways, Microsoft has formalized its 10-year deal with with Nintendo, which will see Call of Duty launch on Japanese company's platform the same day as Xbox. According to Microsoft, these Call of Duty games will be available That's interesting that he used games. All right, not just this last game or the next game, but games. These Call of Duty games will be available with full feature and content parity on Nintendo system if the deal to acquire Activision Blizzard is approved. We commit to providing long-term equal access to Call of Duty to other game platforms, bringing more choice to play, more players and more competition to the gaming market. Microsoft said in a statement that was tweeted by the company president Brad Smith, "We've now signed a binding 10-year contract to bring Xbox games to Nintendo gamers. This is just our commitment to bring Xbox games to Activision and Activision titles like Call of Duty to more players on more platforms." Okay, Microsoft and Nintendo have now negotiated. All right, I already read that. Anyways, a 10-year deal has been one of Microsoft's main talking points of the pending acquisition. Regulators across the globe have discussed the impact of the deal will have on Xbox rivals PlayStation and Nintendo. Microsoft has previously mentioned a decade-long commitment to keeping Call of Duty on other platforms as a means to alleviate any competitive fears, extending the offer to PlayStation, but this has little to calm concerns from regulator bodies. The new legal binding deal comes to come at a crucial time for Microsoft, as it appears to appearing to in the European Commission Court to defend itself against antitrust allegations this week. One of the three major regulator bodies that Microsoft needs approval from for the acquisition, Microsoft's an official commitment to bring Xbox gamers and Activision titles like Call of Duty to more players. Oh my God, this is just like it's repeating itself. Repeated. I'm done with that. All right, we get the point. All right, you don't need to keep telling 10 years and then 10 years, and they did a deal for 10 years. I get that. Whoever wrote this, I get that. Thank you. Anyways, so this is a big deal. I tell you, reading all that kind of killed some of my hype for talking about it, but in all actuality, I'm really excited to be able to play these games in more areas. I have Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. I have a dope ass PC, and you're gonna tell me I'm gonna be able to just go from one to the next and just keep playing? I tell you what, if my save transfers through all of that, that's fire. Just saying, I'm fine with it. I know some people are like, what's in it for me? Or have like this thought process of, you know, this doesn't help Microsoft or whatever. Like, but if you don't think so, you're just not paying that much attention to what's kind of going on, because Microsoft is trying to secure this deal. They're going outside of what they maybe have planned at first, but in my opinion, if you listen to Phil Spencer, he's been saying this kind of stuff for a long time about bringing Xbox to more places for you to play. They're trying to reach over 1 billion gamers on using their services and their platform. This is a great way to do that. And it shakes things up as well, so people get outside of their own box and do something new. Specifically, Sony in this instance, because they're the biggest fighter against this. They seem to not have so much of a liberal approach to Microsoft's business strategy. So I'm 100% for it. I think it'd be dope. I could see why Sony doesn't like it, but tough cookies. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. So this one of the last things that we're going to be talking about, which the very last, or not the very, very last thing, but the second to last thing is juicy to me in particular. All right. So let's get into this one before we get into that. So Nintendo's latest leak hints at cloud gaming via Switch online service. So Nintendo Switch is one of the best-selling handheld gaming consoles in the world, with a good reason, or I'm gonna have to get this bigger because this is hard to read for me. Anyways, with good reason, frequent updates, new game releases, and ever-evolving accessories have kept the console alive and popular. So just a nub have, I don't know, from Gizmo. I don't even know how to pronounce this, but this screams rumor to me. So I don't know how true this is, but hey, maybe it is. So it says a recent leak from the UK's Competition and Market Authority, CMA, suggests that the upcoming system will feature content available throughout the current Switch online service. Despite the Nintendo Switch being nearly 6 years old and no successor announcement made, it is almost certain that Nintendo will release a new system in the not so distant future, considering the enormous success of the Switch. It remains unclear whether the new console will be named Switch 2 or adopt a new naming convention entirely. Nintendo's console naming conventions have varied. And remember they had that DS or something like that they literally had the word new on, so it's new for the rest of time. It's not new, but it's called new. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird. So hopefully they do better. And I mean, hopefully they don't do like the Switch 2. I feel like they could. I feel like as creative Nintendo is, they may have learned. I don't know. Maybe they haven't. But anyways, it says Nintendo's console name. All right, so and the NES, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the Nintendo 64, GameCube, Wii U, and Switch. It makes it pretty hard to accurately guess what the next iteration of the Switch will be branded as. As for Nintendo Switch Online functionality, the company will potentially offer retro games through the Switch Online service and its expansion packs. This news would be welcomed by fans who have been critical of Nintendo's approach to online multiplayer and party chat. Although it's unclear whether the Switch 2 console will have cloud gaming available through Switch Online or a separate service. Anyways, the new console will certainly offer a continuity of Nintendo accounts and value-added services. Recently, the Nintendo Switch became the third best-selling console of all time, trumping the Sony PlayStation 4, which had huge achievement of its own. Although the news of the Switch Online service carrying over to the new console may encourage current Switch owners to purchase games digitally and sign up for the Switch Online expansion pack, there is no guarantee that will be the case. Nintendo is known for its unpredictability, and fans eagerly await the official announcement of Nintendo's console for concrete details. Okay, so that's pretty interesting news right there. What's up, Dragonheart Yobi? I see you in the chat. Let's actually go back to the chat, because I actually skipped the chat before we went into this conversation. So let me go back and see what y'all talking about up in here. All right, so I know it's been a kind of a little bit. So let's see. So I want the Black Myth Wukong. Man, I swear I forget about that game a few times. Like, I forgot about it a few times in 2021. I forgot about it now a few times in 2022, and here's 2023, and I just remembered it just thanks to you, Eternal. I appreciate you. But he said this could have been the year of Samurai, like a Dragon, Inshin, Wolong, and Black Myth. Hey, I ain't mad about that, bro. I ain't mad about that. Eternal also says, oh yeah, and the new Ninja Gaiden 2. Okay, I see you. 3-Bit says Brad clarified that the contract is just for COD games in another interview. Okay, that's helpful. I'm assuming you're talking about Nintendo. 3-Bit. Let me know if that's correct. But anyways, Dragonheart Yo, because I assume that GeForce is getting more games than just COD. But Nintendo's probably just getting COD. I don't know. But anyways, what's up, Dragonheart Yobi? I see you. This is one of the last ones, and this one's the interesting one right here, because bruh. Yikes. You read this title, right? Get out the goddamn. You read this title. Right. Forspoken original writer says the final game was nothing like his pitch. Ouch. I mean, people, including myself, out here were looking at Forspoken pretty sideways, right? Because you were just like, this is kind of cringy. The game doesn't exactly look as good as it was advertised. You can say that about a lot of games, though, because advertising is that's what it is. It's advertising. Some advertising is kind of foolish, but this is wild right here. So what this dude is essentially saying is, I don't want nothing to do with it. I heard it was trash, and I ain't co-signing on it. My name's on it, but don't look at me. That's what he said. He's like, the name is on it, but don't look at me. It wasn't my fault. I had to look at this article yesterday just because I mean, it was very, as I was getting ready for this podcast and getting the stories and stuff put together, I was just like, I had to read this one. Some of the other articles, I read like some of it and stopped. This article, I read thoroughly because I was just like, bruh, like this dude's really, Anyways, let's get into it. So, Forspoken has gone down as one of the great releases of 2023. Besides the technical issues, which are numerous and at times game-breaking, much of the criticism level at Forspoken centered around its story, which has been simply labeled cringe by many. How are you going to start out the article by saying one of the great releases? I don't know if, AAA releases, but great releases? I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of being a stickler over specific word usage, which I actually hate it when people do it to me, so I should probably stop. But anyways, this article is by Sean Murray off of The Gamer, just to give that credit out because I believe that's important to do. But anyways, although Rogue One writer Gary Whitta is credited in Forspoken, he recently told a lot of peers of the Video Game Writing 101 podcast that he actually had very little to do with Forspoken's story and dialogue. Yikes. In the interview, he admits to being contracted by Square Enix and Luminous to write Forspoken's story. Okay. But goes to claim that his initial pitch was tossed somewhere down the line. Fudge. So, yeah. Saying that the game looks nothing like what he intended. All right, anyways, continuing. I mean, that's wild. That sucks. I did very early foundational world building on Forspoken, Whitta explained. Square came to me 5 or 6 years ago and said, we have this idea. Would you be willing to help us build, the world and the mythology and story? Whitta said he signed on and contributed an initial pitch, but later Luminous decided to change Forspoken's story to be more about interdimensional portals. Some months after that, they came back to me, and one of the writers said, "We're going to start over and completely reboot the story. We want it to be this now." Whitta continued, "The problem was at that point, I nor the writers were available anymore, and they wanted us to write the whole thing." What? What are you doing over there, Square? What are y'all doing? Anyways, he says, Whitta said that the thing from his original pitch that made it into the final game was the name of the world. Athea, the dialogue, Athea. The dialogue and the story beats are all from a team of writers that signed on after Weta and Uncharted director Amy Hennig, who are credited with original concept and story concept, respectively. That's crazy. That's crazy. So here, your name is in the credits. We're giving you guys the credit, but we're gonna tell you what we want, and this is how it's gonna. See, this is where we see this stuff in gaming a lot, in my opinion. I think we see this kind of stuff in gaming a lot, where we're just like, that's kind of a weird direction. But what we don't know is it's not even completely up to the writers. We blame writing, we blame music, we blame performance, we blame this, that, and a third on the people that are developing it sometimes. And I think that hate is misplaced, or it's not in the right place, okay? Because as you are seeing right here, this dude is saying, yo, this was not my plan. But I still got put in place to do it, and I still had to do it, but it was not my intention. That's wild. And to have to come out and say that out loud after your name's already in the credits and everything, that must be super awkward. I can't imagine what that feels like. I mean, but then again, he's rich and chilling probably. So, I mean, I'm sure he ain't sweating it too much, but he just wants to let everybody know, like, yo, this wasn't me. I mean, I was in charge of it. I had to do some writing, but it wasn't all my thoughts that were being written down. Anyways, Weta didn't say just what his original concept was about, and neither did he reveal the other writers who Luminous approached to rewrite Forspoken. One of Forspoken's recent PC patches has apparently caused a lot of problems for the game. Oh my goodness. With some players saying they're unable to watch any cutscenes without the game crashing. Yikes. Luminous addressed the issue soon afterward, saying the more patches are coming, but if you're interested in playing Forspoken, you might want to wait for those patches to release before diving in. And that is trash. That's not good. That's not good. Square, what are y'all doing? Anyways, that to me was very interesting, that the writer pretty much came out and said, yo, bro, I didn't do this. But anyways, let's get to this last little bit, because I gotta get to my bro. He probably just got in town. I don't know if he's outside waiting in his car now. I don't know. I'm here with y'all right now, and I'm just trying to do the best thing that I possibly can, but I don't know what's popping. I don't know. But anyways, let's look at the next week of games, because I don't want to sit here and just rattle off a ton of things. So let's look all the way up until next Friday. Okay. So next Friday is the 3rd. So we're going back to what's popping today. So what came out today was Cosminius High? I don't know, whatever the hell that is. Digimon World Next Order came to Switch and PC today. Horizon Call of the Mountain, PSVR 2. So as you know, you're going to notice PSVR got the games coming out today because it's the launch of the PSVR 2. Also Redemption Reapers, a PC, PS4 and Switch. Remoteness, PS5, PS4, Series X, Xbox One. Blood Bowl 3 everywhere except the Switch. Company of Heroes 3 only on PC. That's tomorrow, and that's the same with that Blood Bowl 3. Rumble Sus only on Switch tomorrow. Son of the Forest, PC only tomorrow. And then on Friday, we got Cabal Space Program 2 only on PC. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe for the Switch on Friday. So Octopath Traveler 2 comes out this week. So it's leaving Game Pass, and it's leaving Game Pass, and all you can do on Xbox is just buy the first one. You cannot get the second one, which is wild in my opinion. Thanks, Square. What are y'all doing? But anyways. That comes out, as I said, everywhere but the Xbox on Friday. Sign up for VR on the Quest 2 on Friday. Scars Above, everywhere but the Switch on the 27th. So that is next Monday. Catan comes out on Tuesday everywhere except the Switch. Destiny 2 Lightfall. I think that's supposed to be the final DLC. Is dropping everywhere but the Switch on Tuesday the 28th, and whatever this game is, Ride Tomas or whatever on the Switch and PC on the same day as Lightfall. And then as for March 1st, we got Elephant on PC, Brock the Investigator everywhere, or actually PS4, PS5, and Xbox One. It doesn't say Series X and S, which is kind of interesting. I don't know, whatever. Leap everywhere except the Switch on March 1st, and March 1st is on the Wednesday. Mayhem in Single Valley, literally everywhere, or actually not on the PC, so everywhere but PC, March 2nd. No Longer Home, PS4 and PS5 on March 3rd. Wo Long Fallen Dynasty is coming out everywhere except the Switch on the 3rd. And keep in mind that will also be in Xbox Game Pass. Fantastic stuff. I'm pretty excited for what we got pop coming up in the near future. But you guys, hey, that's pretty much the news I got for y'all today. It's kind of low on the news end for me. There's definitely been a few juicy things that I talked about here. Definitely catch me tomorrow on this channel. Although I have my buddy that's like in town today, I'm still gonna be doing Behind Them Sticks. Still gonna be doing bullshit and. Still probably going to be doing GRG. I might have to holler at K Mega about that. I might not be able to actually make that just because I got to pay some respects to the brother that came 3 hours away to come kick it with your boy and play some games and shit like that. So, but I just want to let you know that, hey, just because I have a buddy coming into town doesn't mean I'm leaving y'all or you know, dropping any other responsibilities to kick it. Like, still going to come out, kick it with y'all. I do have the week off from work because A, the wife is out of town, B, friend is in town, and C, I just felt like it. But anyways, thank you everybody that came through this evening. If you remember this game right here, I mean, hey, Atomic Heart looks good for this generation, right? But this game looked phenomenal last generation. Sure, you can say God of War, Last of Us, I get it. But hey, if you haven't played a Quantum Break, it's a good one. Go play it. It's on Game Pass. Stanley Francois, thank you so much for saying it's a great damn show today. I appreciate that. Matt Likes Games. It says they're busy making mid. So I assume you're talking about Square Enix because there's just nothing else that's out there that busy doing what they're kind of doing, which is like stifling themselves. I swear every article for like the last year from Square Enix has just been a shot in the foot. Yeah, Loke, you're right. It does need a sequel. This game needs a sequel. It's fantastic. Look at it. I'm not that great at it. But hey, it's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. Fantastic looking game. Sean Ashmore seems like a pretty cool damn dude. He's been in so many damn movies and shows. He has a brother as well that plays in a show, I believe. That's like his twin brother. They look exactly alike. But anyways, Shawn Ashmore is that dude. I was a big fan of him from back in the day, and he's also in an episode of Smallville where he was like a badass, where he actually stole Clark Kent's powers. Shawn Ashmore did in that, because he was just a nerd before. But anyways, like I said, fantastic game. Go out and check that out. But you guys, remember, come back here tomorrow. I'll be having a fantastic interview with I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be a good one. It's with David Faulkner. Let's go. All right. And then we got and then the following week, I got Maurice, the Xbox tester, or Xbox and PlayStation tester. He just tests games. All right. And then I also got Benjamin Penrose coming the exact same day as Maurice, the Xbox tester, later in the evening. Benjamin Penrose is the art director at Maverick Games. You might know Maverick Games, you might not. Maverick Games is where recently Mike Brown from Forza, from Playground Games, he left Playground to go start his new studio, Maverick Games. So if you want to learn a little bit more about Maverick and specifically about Benjamin Penrose, make sure that you come through March 2nd for that and Maurice. But like I said, tomorrow is going to be my my Behind Them Six episode with David Faulkner. I've also been talking to some other dope people around around gaming about being on the show. So I just haven't updated my list of new people that are going to be coming on, but for sure, keep in mind that I do have more people planned to come on. It will be phenomenal. Some people that you may have heard of and some people that you haven't. So just stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like button before you leave. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified when I go live, especially for my main shows that I do with Loke, The Lowdown, Behind Them Sticks I do on Thursday, and then Friday Bullsitting. Those are the main shows. This kind of show, I'm just kind of trying out, filling it out, and I'm really having a good time kicking it with you guys. You guys are fantastic. You guys bear with me while I struggle my way through reading some of this crap. Some of these articles, and what I'm starting to figure out is not all these articles are written like a great book. Some of these articles just repeat themselves over and over, and I have to just figure out when to just cut it off and say, get the hell out of here, which I'm going to do right now on this stream. So you guys, thank you so much for coming out. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the day. And as I always say, keep it gaming or keep it moving. Deuces.